Hello everyone, I'd like to start off this devlog by giving a big thank you to ZZZ, also known as @Cyclothmic, my newest subscriber, as well as my friend and playtester, Mason Ward. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So, this was just meant to be the release devlog. It is the release devlog. I am now announcing the official release of Over Yandere. Although I didn't just do behind the scenes things this week. So my friend Mason playtested this game, and they found that if you press enter while you are unlocking an item or something like that, then it will restart the animation. And of course, if you keep hitting enter, it will play the animation or restart it over and over again. Also, they helped find that pressing enter anywhere, just in the free roam, even when not in a conversation, played a sound or did something. So, pressing enter at random times making a sound, this was from the secret computer. So the secret computer is checking for when you hit enter, but it wasn't checking for when you hit enter only when you're turning on the secret computer. So I made sure to fix that, and with the hitting enter restarting the pop-ups, I've now fixed that as well. That was simply the fact that you can still interact with the item or the object even while you have the pop-up going. I have things in place so you can't do this kind of thing for dialogues, but I didn't seem to have it in place for unlock pop-ups, so I've now handled that, and that's good to go. And yes, these are kind of interesting things, but I guess in hindsight, I didn't try hard enough to, break the game or mess with the game. If you'll remember from my running track bug fix videos, you'll know that I tried to mess with the running track and found a few things, but I guess hitting buttons at random times wasn't something that really clicked to me. But my friend helped find those, and those have now been patched up. And so that's part of the reason why I'd like to give a big thank you to my friend Mason. And the next change I made isn't too minor, and we've had some talk about this before, so some of you might have remembered from some previous videos. There was a subscriber named Evo who had a lot of comments on my different videos. They were very engaged, and they mentioned about the NPCs seeming to flop onto their side or things like that. So what this was is the NPCs were turning to face the player. So I had the basic sprites, but I didn't really have the time or art talent myself or the budget to handle all the different sprites for the turning and everything. So this is the other solution I came up with. But my friend Mason also mentioned this when they playtested the game not that long ago, and I've rethought it, and so now I've removed that turning because I can now understand that it looks a little odd. And I guess this kind of comes from the fact that I haven't really played too many of these games. I mean, there was Pokemon Black. I played Pokemon Black on the Nintendo DS, but outside of that I really haven't had much experience with this, and so I thought it looked okay, but yeah, I can now understand that that doesn't, so I've now removed that. I feel like it doesn't look that great because now they're kind of just standing, they never move or anything, but I can understand that it was a little off-putting to see the turning and what the turning looked like. So due to feedback, I've now fixed that up. And now for the last thing I wanted to mention. So this channel going forward. So I started this channel essentially as a way to post devlogs and content about this game as I develop it. And now that this game is going to be released, what happens now? So, going forward, at least for the first little bit, I'll probably be posting, I guess, progress or little updates. So, maybe in 1 to 2 weeks, we'll see if there's been some sales for this game. I'll post a video talking about that, talking about, reception of the game, the comments, things like that. And, this is really a new experience because I've been working for this game for over 7 months. And that's just on YouTube. I had actually worked a bit on it before starting up the YouTube channel for it. But it's really incredible to see basically a year's worth of work, finally getting released, when I know that there's a lot of other games just browsing around on itch.io. There's a lot of other games or a lot of other, concepts, even just within the Yandere genre, that they have demos or they have engagement on those demos, but those demos don't end up getting released. And so I find it incredible that we're here and we can do it. So the next video I post will probably be talking about, sales so far, reception, things like that. I do have a reviewer in mind, at least a couple to maybe send this game to. I'm going to see if I can set up and run some ads, so get some things going with that as well. And I am also thinking that if this game gets a good reception and some people are interested in the endings, I might post an endings guide, because some of them might be a little difficult to find. One I can think of, the handcuffs quest. You have to be able to find every little thing, and my friend, when they play tested, they had a little bit of trouble with that. So I might post an ending guide to help people, just little supplementary content. And there are some big things going on in my life right now, so I'm going to be moving in the next little bit and a few other things, but I'm going to try and keep things going. And I do have some ideas for my next projects. So this project had some genre inspirations, but the next games I have in mind will be more of a direct inspiration. Now, I'm still going to do something new and something different. I'm not going to make a clone of a game, but I do have the one idea for kind of a sim, I guess, not like The Sims, but something in the general idea of Democracy 3, but kind of a twist on it. And the other is kind of a very different take, more of an RTS take on Total War. I know that doesn't really give a lot of details, but I'll save those for their own videos. And then the other idea, of course, sequel to Over Yandere. Now, people haven't really had the chance to play the full game and experience the full game as of the time of this recording, so it's a bit far off now, but I've already got some basic ideas on what I felt worked well in this game and what I feel could be improved, and I'll probably go over that idea in another video, maybe a video in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. Maybe I can put it to a vote for my subscribers, something like that. But yeah, that will be the channel going forward. I'm not just going to disappear into Never Never Land. I'm gonna keep going, post updates about Over Yandere, maybe some actual code updates. If anything else comes up, I'll post about that, and also just the progress. So it's finally here, the release of Over Yandere. I'd just like to say one more thank you to everyone that's been with me, maybe for not too long, maybe for a little bit longer. Your support means the world to me. We're here, and I hope you enjoy Over Yandere. Thank you for watching. I'm Ian Cold.